Hi, this is Dmitry from Tritão. We build custom titanium bikes in Portugal near Aveiro, and behind me are two really unusual projects, two crazy e-bikes for him and her. And I'm gonna tell you more about them, but be prepared, they're just something that we've never done before. Okay, here we go. So we had an assignment to build two crazy e-bikes for him and her, and that would have to be really powerful e-bikes, like with not with a motor hub, but with the mid-drive. And this is something completely new to us. So thing is, when you're a tiny, well, not a tiny, but small manufacturer, somewhere in the world, it's almost impossible to get a contract with a supplier of proper mid-drive motors. And in this case, in the bikes behind me, these are Bosch systems. Thank God, thanks to us and our time and money, that we are now in the EU for almost 3 years soon. That allowed us to finally start working with companies like Bosch and actually get a proper contract and documents and drawings that would allow us to actually build bikes with these systems. So the customers that ordered the bikes, a man and his wife, they have bikes from us, the mountain bike hardtails, but they wanted something a little bit more fun and maybe faster. So we went for Bosch. It took a lot of time to set everything up, to get the paperwork, drawings, design everything, and but we got like the latest Gen 5 systems, Bosch Performance CX, and they're set up at 900 Newton meters and 850 watts of power. And these are basically the fastest Bosch motors that you can get. And that is in a really light hardtail. So these bikes, they ride like, makes me want to like build myself one of these things. It's so much fun. You're like 20 again. It just goes. But yeah, let me tell you more about it, like close-ups and everything. So one of the issues to make it all work was actually the ability to install a full-size battery inside the down tube, and they don't make tubes like that. So we were trying to find solutions to make titanium tubes of this kind of edgy squared profile, and we were working on it for months, and we just decided to print this. And this is very expensive to print, but look at the shapes on the other side. It's just, the shaping is so nice. Oh, it's got weird head badge, and I'll tell you more about it later. So it's got the Bosch Performance CX motor. The whole thing is printed. It's just, the shapes are crazy, and the ability to weld it is not easy. Okay, but you can start seeing some fancy parts here. The Cane Creek titanium cranks, really nice and light. Here we got, of course, UDH 3D printed dropouts by us, and the SRAM XX derailleur and cassette. Nice and light. By the way, if you look closer, you will see that there is no battery here in the rear derailleur. This is because you can see the wire. This is because it's powered by the main battery of the mid-drive. So you don't need to charge the rear derailleur battery, which is a good thing. I wish the dropper post would be powered by the wire, not by a battery. But that's, I guess, in the next stages of SRAM evolution. The wheels are the customer's choice, and to some people they look crazy and just too much. Some people love them. They're really fast and light and stiff. These are bike ahead components. The tires are Michelin Jet XC. They are e-bike friendly. So one of the lightest e-bike friendly tires in the world. That thing is a sensor for the motor. Of course, a Chris King skewer, seat clamp, sorry. The RockShox Reverb AXS new dropper with SQLab ammo saddle. It's really flexy, it's got those inserts and it's so comfortable. And I love it now for such projects. It's just really comfy saddle. Kind of goldish, anodized. Yeah, it looks different under angles. Tritão logos. Yeah, why not? Why not? Fox 36 fork with a lot of travel. So what these head badges are about. So the guys asked us to make custom head badges that are like, these letters mean something to them. And this is actually titanium, 3D printed, brushed, polished, and then anodized titanium. Pretty crazy. Chris King Aeroset headset. And this is like a head composites, handlebar stem combo, and full cable integration. So there is just 2 brake cables, and all the wires and everything is hidden. Nothing sticking out. Pretty clean. So this is the new Purion 200 control unit. I cannot turn it on right now since we already shipped the batteries. So the batteries are shipped separately from the bike, and this is the easy way to do. When you ship, you have to ship the bike from to faraway countries. But basically, I decided not to make a screen here because the Purion allows doing everything in just this little unit. And of course, there is a control for RockShox dropper post. Don't look at the pedals. They're test pedals for like doing test rides of the bikes that we've built, for mountain bikes. This is so the original Bosch charging port is like huge thing, and since we make titanium bikes, everything is like really minimalistic and tiny. So we designed our own plug, like a cover for the charging point, nice and clean. Yes, it's got a kickstand. This is what people need sometimes. It stands on its own. You don't need to care about, putting it against the wall and then just sliding and falling. That's pretty cool. So I took the purple bike out. Look at these V4 Hope brakes, really thick rotors. Focus, yeah. A dropper post, wow, they also make that. So I will not tell you about the prices of these two bikes. These are pricey. Basically, we kind of had no limit, and the customer wanted something flashy and Bosch, and we did so. So we used like crazy wheels, we used crazy brakes, and the fork is also like one of the best things you can really get in the world for this kind of bikes. The customer specifically didn't want a full suspension bike and wanted quite a light e-bike for fun rides. So this one, the weight of this bike is slightly over 17 kilo. And the battery inside is the Bosch Compact Tube 400, so it's 400 watt hour. This is a nice and light battery. It's only 2 kilo battery. Anything that has more capacity is like 3 kilos. So we are adding 1 kilo. So we decided to go for 400 for a 400 watt hour battery. But there is of course an ability to run a battery extender, to get some extra juice, extra miles. Right now, in the range of this bike is about 80 kilometers in a lower mode, but it's got the eMTB mode and the turbo. So in the turbo mode, it's maybe like 35, 40 kilometers. But oh gosh, it drives like it rides. I want to say it drives because this thing is. It's not okay. You also ride motorbikes, but this thing is fast. And since since we're shipping these bikes far away, they have American setup, American speed limit. So it's 25 miles per hour, which is 32 kilometers per hour, as opposed to 25 kilometers per hour in the European bikes. So technically, you're not allowed to ride this in the EU, and we're shipping this out. So, but I did test it a little bit on the closed roads. It's so much fun. I love normal manual bikes. The ones that you have to pedal all the way up the hills. But this thing, it just flies up the hill, and some would say, hey, you need a full suspension bike with that amount of power. Yes, you might, but this bike is also really light in terms of e-bikes, and altogether, this seat post, if you lower it slightly, it will work as a suspension post, and that saddle, it will flex, and it's so light in the back and of course up front. Absolutely no discomfort. It just rides so beautifully. I'm really in love with these bikes. I cannot afford one. These are expensive, but we're considering actually to estimate how much could be such a bike but with like simpler components, like more like a tank kind of bike, you know, like something more affordable with the same amount of power, but simpler components, and you know, just to be like a forever e-bike that can go anywhere. So we're kind of checking out this concept. So if you're interested in something like this, drop us a message. Thank you. Hope you liked this video and these two crazy bikes. Stay here for more unusual and interesting and smart and light titanium projects. See you. Bye.